Hello, I think I'm live. My name is Carlos. This is part 4 of Let's Make Zelda in 3D. So if you're here, you probably know very well Legend of Zelda for the NES, and this is my effort to make this game in 3D. I just started basically, but I'm really happy because I'm making quite a bit of progress. As you can see, look at this map. You can now see it in 3D. It's not finished, but I have created most of the first, the outside world assets here. All the mountains are done at this point. The brown ones, the green ones, this one's here. All the trees, the bushes, the green ones, the brown ones. The graveyard, so I have all the little graves all made in Magika Voxel. I have all the armoses around the world. So the white armors, these ones, the gray, the brown armors here, and then there's like some green ones all the way over here. These guys, look at them. They're looking really cool. Now, I haven't done the dungeons yet. I mean the outside structures of the dungeons. My goal here is to first finish the outside world, right? And that includes not only the map and the items and the things that are floating around here. I have a link, and where's my 8-bit dough here? I have managed to link it to my 8-bit dough. I have made a basic script at this point for the camera for Link as well, a very basic animation, but at least I have my Link moving around and I can control him with my 8-bit dough, which is quite exciting. And now Link at this point can travel around Hyrule. No enemies yet, so what you can see in the floor here is just an image. It's a blueprint, so to speak. So I found this image on the internet and I lay down on the ground. And this image is essentially my blueprint of where things go and the shape of the mountains, so on and so forth. In the future, that would be the next step. Once the world is done, once everything is set up, the next thing is going to be make the enemies and then finally give them intelligence, so give them some behavior, and that's done with scripting. Okay, so yeah, so here we go, and of course Link is able to thrust his sword at the moment. Okay, so that's the current status at the moment. I have just barely started working on the water, so this is a shader. It moves very subtle. The good thing about this shader is that it's mobile friendly. So because the game's not running, it's kind of static at the moment. So I don't know. The water, I need to work on it. That's next. So what I was doing tonight is I'm doing some art here. So this is where I'm making all the enemies, the bushes, the graves, armors, all that. So I am working right now on level 1, which is in this island right here. So this island right here, just let me quickly check my streaming just to make sure that it's actually working. Seems to be live. Seems to be okay. It's all good. Right. So in this island all the way here is where the legendary level 1 is. Right here. So this fellow right here is what I'm making in MagicaVoxel and is surrounded by 4 trees, which I'm also in the middle of making them. So MagicaVoxel is a free software that you can download and it works in Windows, it works on Mac. I'm working on a Mac. I love it. It's quite fun. So in here you kind of start by setting a size of the image, so the size of the voxels that you're going to be using, because these the dungeon itself is a little bit more detailed than, say, for example, even Link. I have Link, which is based on the amiibo, the 3D amiibo that Nintendo put out there. It's my favorite amiibo. So I use that as a base to make him, right? And as you can see, the squares are quite big. And it still looks good because I was going for that amiibo look. But when it comes to some other objects, I need a little bit more definition. And in the case of Dungeon 1, I needed to put more squares, more voxels in here. And then what I did is essentially create the front of it flat. And now I'm kind of like bringing it to the center, giving it some thickness, some dimension in the Z axis. Okay, so yeah, still at this point it's a little bit voxy. So this is the front, this will be the back. So I'm gonna be deleting some of these voxels here, try to give them some depth. The entrance is here, Link is gonna be able to come through here. And so it seems like the front, no, gotta be careful. The front is kind of getting there, something like that. So you gotta get all artistic. And I'm not claiming that I'm a professional, but this is really a lot of fun. It's a little bit painstaking, and just thinking how many more of this I have to make, like all the dungeons and all the enemies and all the animation of the enemies. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. So this is a long project, and I just been working at it, not even 2 weeks. So, but I'm happy with the progress. I think I'm just gonna mirror the front. This half, I'm gonna mirror it to the back. So one way, and you can do that, is I'm just gonna cut here, maybe one more there, and then how's that? The cut's not even. Maybe let me try again. Whole thing. Gotta make sure is evenly cut in the middle. Nope. How about that? Mm, okay, maybe that. Still not perfect, but that's okay. That's okay. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, now it seems like it's flat. All right. So what I'm gonna do now? Copy, paste, pull it backwards, and then mirror it. Flip in X. No, not in X. It would be in Z. No, not in Z. Okay, last one. It had to be that one in Y. And I'm just gonna. How's that? Something like that. Does that look the part? A bit thicker. Yeah, that's okay. It has to look a little bit, impressive. So Link is enticed to actually walk in. Right. But you know what? This tree. The thing is that you never see this tree, the back of this tree in the game, right? It's not possible. It doesn't exist. So maybe on the back the tree doesn't have a face and doesn't have an entrance. So it doesn't make sense that the back has the face. So I need to delete that. So if you just want to change the color of the voxels that you already have there, what you can do is just paint them. So I'm gonna delete them out. I can leave some of the, just make it a little bit more like that. I need to paint some of this, make it look like tree trunk, like that. I don't know, how's that? Let's put a little bit black again. Yeah, that could be the back of the tree. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it looks kind of weird on the side. I'm not sure. Maybe I can paint it a little bit. This color. Like that. And then, this is supposed to be leaves and a branch, so it's kind of too thick to be a branch. So maybe let me just delete a little bit here. So erase, right? So I'm erasing some of these. Something like that. It's not too thick. It's just a branch. And maybe the same with this one. Supposed to be a branch. Oops. Make it a little bit thinner. A little bit thinner. The leaves too, I guess. I need to make them a bit thinner. I think that's fine. Okay. It's a tree, so it doesn't have to be all precise. Right, so I'm gonna save, and that's done. Now, the other thing I was working on is this tree. And this tree is just two-dimensional at the moment. So the way in which I am kind of doing it into a 3D, which I might find other ways, as I get better at this, because I have so many more enemies and things that I need to make in voxel. But for now, I'm thinking that, right, so I'm going to bring it to the center. So select the whole thing, bring it to the center, pull right here. And then this slice, I'm just going to copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. I can just copy the whole thing now. Save me a few copy paste. Okay, one more and that's it. Now it's a bit thick. It doesn't need to be that thick. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Now it's three-dimensional, but it looks kind of weird from the side. It's the same thing as with the dungeon that I just made. So once again, I need to start erasing some of the corners. Just make sure it's a little bit more realistic looking, if that's even possible with these kind of sprites that I'm working with. And my cats are going crazy right now, so that's great. I love seeing them play. Just running around. Just came back from work. Finally, it's Friday night, so I'm in Tokyo. So maybe if you guys are watching from the US or something, probably maybe what time is it over there? Is you waking up maybe? Friday, almost there. Week's almost done. For me, it's done. Yep. So came back from Tokyo. My workplace is in Tokyo. I work in a company that is, we develop software, but it's medical software. We use AI to detect and prevent dementia. So it's like a medical technology company. I work as the CTO of the company, so it's great. People are awesome. I've been working there for 5 years. It's gonna be 5 years in August. No, in October. Living in Japan is great. I love it. I've been in Japan for a long time. So I came here between the year 2000 and 2005. It's the first time I came to Japan. I studied and then I worked. And yeah, so that was great. But then I decided I wanted to see other places and I moved to Australia, where I lived for quite a long time, 7 years. And then after that, I lived in Canada. Beautiful, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Amazing place, Canada. It's cold, rainy. And then after that, I live in Brunei, which is in the Southeast Asia. Very interesting place. And then after that, I came back to Japan. And ever since 2019, I've been here. And yeah, so essentially COVID, I was here. I'm a game collector, as you can see. I have a bunch of stuff. I love, retro gaming. It's kind of, this is the whole reason I'm making this, because I love retro gaming. So especially this game, Legend of Zelda, is one of the earliest memories that I have of a game really captivating me. I was fascinated by it. So it's kind of like a tribute. And I probably need to keep saying this, but I'm not going to be able to release this when it's done. Oh, as much as I want to, and as much as I wish people could actually play it once the game is done. But as you know, Nintendo is very much against fan tributes, anything that is not explicitly licensed and you have right permissions and the right everything. So yeah, I'm not gonna risk it because there's people. I mean, in the best case scenario, if I publish this, if I put it on a site, it's gonna happen what already happened, because I'm not the first person making this, right? In 2016, there was a couple guys that made something similar. At the time, I did not know soon enough, and by the time I knew about it, it was already Nintendo had already taken it down. But in that case, you get a DMCA, like a takedown notice, and then you really just should just comply at that point, like, because Nintendo has every right to demand that you do not do that. And if you don't comply, which is not wise at all, then they will sue you and you will have to shut it down anyway. And on top of that, you have to pay damages and nobody wants that. So unfortunately, yeah, this is kind of for me to have this game, but maybe if things go well and if there's enough interest, right, the mechanics work and the game itself is kind of fun, what I could do is to reskin the game, right? Reskin the game to change all these assets, everything that is licensed by Nintendo, and maybe just publish it in some capacity that is no longer infringing in anybody's copyright. So that could be what happens ultimately with this project. But the reason I'm making this is because I really want this game in 3D and I feel I can make it. I released the game after 6 months of daily work on my spare time. It's called Treasure of Tarmin, which is a game from the Intellivision era. It's in itch.io at the moment, so I published it there. It's a very niche game. If you play in television and you play that game, you probably will like what I did. I'm gonna say because my feedback was really, really good, but it's very niche. If you show that to somebody who doesn't know the game, they're gonna be confused because it's quite cryptic. And even though I added some quality of life improvements to it, it still can be quite cryptic. Like I added like 30 pages of manual, and still people can get confused. But that's done. I finished it. I set myself a deadline to finish it, at the end of May. And then as soon as I finished that one, this was the thing that I wanted to jump into. So essentially, the whole month of June, 12, 13 days, I've been working on this. Okay, so I don't know. This tree, I think, is getting there. So I might just. From the side, looks kind of weird, but well. Like it's not round, right? Like it still need to make it a bit more round. Just delete the things that are not necessary. Yeah, so I love doing these kind of games, like retro games into modern, easy to use, easy to access. Because a Treasure of Tarmin, the game that I was talking about, you had to use an emulator, and Intellivision emulators are not great. I mean, it's great work, right? It's important, but the problem with the Intellivision is the controller. The controller, it looks like a phone. It has like the whole number pad. It has like buttons on the side. It has a disc instead of a cross pad, like a D-pad to move around. So emulate that is never fun. And using games is kind of like tricky with that. So what I did, my goal was to be able to put that game in mobile, so I could use it and play with one hand while I'm in the train, because that's what I spent a lot of my life in the train, going back and forth to Tokyo. Okay, so anyway, I think these three. Oh my god, it looks so weird from the side. Let me try show you a little bit more of these voxels. It's like it's not meant to look perfect from this angle, I guess. But it's okay. I think my camera perspective is gonna be from this side anyway. But this is gonna be my camera, I suppose. I don't know if I'm gonna lock it or if I'm gonna make Link like follow Link. There's right now it kind of follows Link, so you can see his back all the time. But if I'm kind of more loyal to the original vision, the camera essentially like this, right? So if Link crossing the bridge and then moves out, it kind of follows it like that. Okay, I'll think about that when I get there. So one step at a time. Okay, I'm gonna say that this tree is finished. So I'm gonna save, and I need to bring it over to Unity. So I'm gonna export as OBJ, and I need to put it somewhere that makes sense. Folder, trees, save. Okay, and then I need to do the same for my dungeon one, dungeon one. This one. So once again, so it's all save, export to. I'm gonna make a new folder for dungeons. Nice, and then save. Okay, so now that I have these, I can come back to Unity Let me just collapse all this. It's just too much. It's already too many elements in there. And then I have my prefab folder. So I need just to make a new folder here, which is trees. And also I have another one here for Magika. So the things, the .vox for Magika, I'm gonna put them here, like these, and also dungeons, right? In here, I'll know is the Vox. If I need to change the shape or I need to like modify the colors or something, I need to work on those. And then I have the prefab folder, which is, you cannot no longer do that, but you can modify them in other ways. And create folder, dungeons. Right. And then go to my export folder, Zelda 3. And as you can see, there's 3 files, the Vox empty material, object, and the palette. So you need the 3 of them. Because if you just bring one over or not the whole thing, it will, you can bring like the geometry, but it won't have the colors, or it won't be right. So you have to bring over the 3 of them. And then dungeons, similarly, you grab the 3 of them and you put them in the right folder. No, that's not the right folder. This is not my right folder. It's this one right here. Okay. Now, what I need to do is to make them into prefab. So you select this one, the one with this icon, put them in the world, right? It doesn't, you can just put it in the origin, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so you won't see it like it's here. And then once all kind of like set up, I can actually turn it because it's facing the other way. Save. It's a bit small, but it's okay. I'll leave it like that. And once it's like that, now I drag and drop it to my prefab. Now it is a prefab, right? Do you see the icon changed? And I can delete this guy that's in the world, right? And the prefab, I can put it where it belongs, which is here. So let's see. And then what I'm gonna do is I think it's a bit small. It's a bit too small, so I can scale it up. 1.4. Oh, that's big. How about that? I probably need to bring Link over just to see how big he looks like compared to that. I should probably drag and drop. It's quite a walk. I can see it all the way in the distance. It's so cool seeing this game in 3D. Then I know you can burn this bush here, and then you fight the Goroks. Not the Goroks, oh my god, I forgot the name. Here. Ah, yeah, it's alright. And then we just walk in there. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a good size. Okay, so it's gonna stay like that. Beautiful. And I'm gonna apply all. This is the one instance of this tree. Okay, and now I need to bring these companion trees here, and I'm gonna do the same. So I'm gonna open 3, put it in the world. Oof. Oh, it kind of looks weird. It's because it's the back of it. It's the back of it that it looks kind of weird. So same idea. Put it in origins, 0, 0, 0. Turn it at 180 degrees in Y. Okay, that looks a bit better. And now that it's there, I need to bring it onto the actual prefab folder, delete the original one, and now that I have this one, I can put it in the world. Oof. I mean, it's an old tree, right? So that's how you would think it might look. I need to get better at pixel art, at voxel art. At 1.2, that's too big. Way too big. It has to be smaller than the entrance. Yeah, that's all right. So 1.2. 1.3, I think it would be probably not. 0.2. 25. Yes. Okay. That's it. And then overriding means that it applies these changes to all the prefabs from here and in the future. Okay. Now I need to place it in the right place. These here and here. Okay, and then copy, paste, put it, it's another one here. Something like that. Make another copy. Put it here. Or put it in the middle because otherwise it's gonna be too close. My link might need to walk through here, like I don't know, for some reason. Because there's enemies in this screen, so if I put it too close here, they're gonna get stuck. That's where I put it right here in the middle. Then this one as well, somewhere like this. How's that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's progress. Okay, now I'm gonna make an empty game object here, and it's gonna be trees, so I can bundle them. It's kind of like a folder, like a file to keep your things organized. I'm gonna do the same with dungeons. And right now I just have the one dungeon, but in the future you have dungeon 2, dungeon 3, so on and so forth. So there you go. Okay, so those are those trees, and I need to find other places where these trees are, which I remember there's a few here at the corner. Right there is 4. So I need to put them there. Cool. From my prefab, 1. And let's just put it here. Just keep the same numbering, so this will be the 4th tree. Copy paste. 2. 3. And 4. Okay, and then I think there's more up here, but you cannot see them because my map is covered by this elevated floor, so I'm going to deactivate it for a moment. See what I'm doing? Oh, and there's like snail stones in here. I haven't finished those. Okay, so I need to put more because I put the snail stones here, and I need to put... Oh, wait, why the snails? Hang on, so turn on the floor is 5. Okay, so if I turn it off, I need to do the same with these snail stones. Copy, paste. Okay, let's just do the stones to get them out of the way. 1, 2, copy, paste. I'll adjust them in a moment. 1, 2, 3, copy, paste. All the way here. I need to see them right straight up to make sure they're actually in the right place. So that's like this. So that's a bit to the left, and this lonely rock here is also a little bit to the left. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now activating the floor so I can see it because this floor is elevated, right? That's why, but the map is underneath, so I cannot see it. So here I just need to bring the tree so it's at that elevation that I needed. So once again, deactivate the floor so I can see where it goes. And I'm just gonna put them here in the middle of the... So Link can go behind as well. Okay, so and then I'm gonna keep doing a copy paste. There. And there. Okay, and once again, this kind of eerie, death trees, because Death Mountain, right? So it's not green vegetation like in the Forest of Hyrule. It's like a bit of eerie, spooky looking trees. Okay, that's it. So this part is done. So where else are there trees that I might be missing? So let's remove this floor again. There's more trees in here, so I need to put 5 of them. So what I can do is maybe I can just bring these 5 over here as a copy, paste, move, and deactivate the floor so you can see where they should be. These guys are a bit more close together, like that, and then this one too. So many Lionels in this area. Oh my god. The blue ones, which is the toughest ones. Are Lionels the most difficult enemy in this game? Them, you know what? Wizards, the magicians, the wizards inside the dungeons, those probably give me more problems. I do not like them. And I'll say a little bit more here. Tiny bit to the left. Top left. So Link can actually go in between them. So maybe this one move a little bit to the right. Okay, and there's no more trees, at least not in this section here. So I'm gonna reactivate the floor. Now, how about up here? Let me deactivate the floor to see what's underneath. Nope, only Lionels. And then here. Nope, only Lionels. How about here? Oh, this is the final dungeon, level 9. No trees. So activate the floor. How about here? Nope. Snail rocks, which I already placed, so that's all good. How about here? No trees. In here, I'm just missing the dungeon 5, but I haven't made it, so you know that at some point I'll do that. No more trees. How about here? The tree is green. I forgot about these guys. Okay, so I think those are the only brown trees that I need to place. I think, yes, looks like so. So, okay, now I need to make a variant with this green palette. Let me have a look. Because it's not only the trees, it's actually Dungeon 1. It's green. Oh man, I love this. Okay, okay, so we're going back to Magika Voxel. That's the next step. So this Dungeon 1 entrance, now it has to be, what is this orange color? It has to be changed to green. I think that's it because the leaves are still blue. Have you ever seen blue leaves? I never seen a tree with blue leaves. And the black stays black. Okay, so that's easy. So what I'm gonna do is Dungeon 1. Just make a copy. And I'll just call it Dungeon 1 Green. I know I'll remember. So just the names just have to make sense to me, right? So that makes sense to me. And then select, this is the palette that I've been using. And I'm just gonna just here. And now, in one click, this tree is now green. So I can save. And I'm gonna do the same for the trees. So this is the brown tree. Now I'm just gonna duplicate it. Add a tree green. Save it as a box. And similarly, same trick. So paint, bucket. Woohoo! Noise. Save. Now I'm gonna export them again. So export as OBJ. Got my tree folder as tree green. I save, and then I'm gonna do the same for the dungeon. I didn't save it in the right place. Where is it? Where did I save it? It was just there. Okay, let me look it up. Where did I save it? Huh? Zelda related. I'm in export, so it's not gonna be here. Trees. Where did I save it? So, all objects, trees, tree box. Is it here in dungeons? Huh? Where is this tree green? where did we save it? Tree green. Vox. Here. It's at the root level. So why is it in the root level? I didn't even notice when it did that. Okay, so cancel that. And go to Zelda Vox, tree green, dungeon green. Okay. So this should go into Zelda folder. World objects. Tree green goes here, dungeon green goes here. Right. And then I'm gonna No, 3 green. I need to export as OBJ, trees, 3 green. I already have it. World objects, dungeons, green dungeon. Export, dungeons, dungeon green, save. Okay, so now that I have exported that, I need to bring him over to Unity. So it should be here in Zelda related, trees. Now I need to select the 3 files that were generated for each of the models, right? So 3 green, material, object, and the PNG, which is the palette. And I'm gonna make, I can just put them here. Just this is one more 3, right? So there's the green one, and then do the same for the dungeon. Here, here, and dungeons. Dungeon 1 green. Right, so I got it here, and now I need to make a prefab. So just like we did before, put it in the origin 0, 0, 0, rotate it 180 degrees in Y. That's good. It was, I think, 1. What was the scale on the other one? Okay, I'll scale it later. Okay, so, and that is here in the world, and now I need to make the prefab. So I'm gonna put it here in dungeons. I can delete the one I put in the world just now. Put the prefab here where it belongs. And how big was level 1? 1.4. Okay, so it's quite big. Okay, so I need to make a 1.4. And so it's 1. I scale evenly on all axes, 1.4. And I'm gonna save the override, so it'll just apply. I mean, I won't use it again. There's no another instance of this tree, but you know, for good measure. Here. Okay, this is where Link is gonna be gambling. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And then I'm just gonna put it here. Now I need to do the green trees. The green trees are to make the prefab first. Put it here. Same deal. 0, 0, 0, 180 degrees. I can't remember what was the scale I did for the brown ones, but doesn't matter. I can put it here. Okay. Yep. What was the scale on the brown ones? 125. That's right. 125 on all axes. 0.25. Cool. And override. So all the other trees that I generate from this prefab are going to be exact same size. This, like this. Let's put it the same depth. Put 47, even number, and then like a integer. Oops, no, that doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? I did something wrong with the prefab. Oh, that's probably okay. And then put here. Maybe because the inside. Oh, it is. Oh, it's okay. No worries. Moving on. 3 more. Copy, paste. Nope. Not inside. This one is just separate entities. So put it here. Put a little bit in the back. Paste. Moving to the side. Yeah, it looks pretty good. One more time. Ah, let's see. Yeah, looks good, I think. Perfect. Okay, I'm done with that. So what I do in these cases, when I kind of like have a, I want to say some progress made, and I want to make sure that I don't lose it, is I am using GitHub so to back up not only my code but files here. So just gonna push everything. Yeah, it's quite a bit of progress. All these red files is what I just added. So git add all git commit. What's a good message? Add with dungeon 1 and 3's brown and green variants. And also seems like I added Armos this morning, so added Armos white and brown. Git push origin master. Okay, so now that's saved. Cool. Okay. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It's 11 p.m. here where I am, so I'll continue tomorrow. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. So what else do I need to do for the world? I need to do these docks. I need to do level. This is this castle, the obelisks. So there's one another here, level 5, all of them. Really, I just don't level 1. But other than that, I think really is that like the castles and the water. So this just this water that I made here. So I need to do this whole shore. Lake Hylia. Imagine that this is Lake Hylia, and also the fairy fountains, and also the waterfall. So I guess that's it. So I'm gonna finish the dungeons. That's my next mission. Finish the dungeons. Do the water. Make sure you have this, for example, this bridge, this dock. And I think at that point, static elements on the world map will be finished. So at that point, I'll start working on the enemies, which, yeah, that's going to take a while because there's a lot of enemies. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. So let's see how much progress I can do this weekend. In the meantime, I'll let you guys go. Well, thank you for watching, the ones who were here. And, check back next time. And I'd love to show you the progress, how this project is going on. All right. Have a good night.